What if you could build wealth automatically without the need to log into your brokerage account every single day or even every single week? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be walking you through how I set up my auto investments inside of Robinhood. And then I'm also going to be showing you how I do that in Webull. And then I'm also going to be showing you a very quick overview of a new app that I downloaded that I plan to use starting in January of 2026. And at that time, I'm going to be starting a brand new $5 a day investment challenge. And I'm going to be using the new app that I downloaded called MooMoo. And then lastly, I'm going to be walking you through how I make my selections of which index funds that I plan to invest in. I'm not going to go too deep into the weeds on all of the research that I do on each one of these index funds, but I'm just going to be giving you a pretty high level overview of some of the things that I'm looking for when I'm going to select an investment fund to invest in. I started investing in a brand new portfolio on this channel back in January of 2024 to just show people how easy it was to get started with investing in the stock market. At that time, I really didn't have a plan of where I wanted to go with this. I started out with just $5 every single trading day in Vanguard's VOO. I wasn't interested in making up the weekend days or on holidays. I was only interested in investing in the market whenever the market was open. And since that time, I've added 2 additional index funds to my portfolio. And I've also added a cryptocurrency in Bitcoin that I started investing in earlier this year. So about halfway through my process of investing every single day in 3 different funds and eventually 4 when I added Bitcoin, I wanted to make this process much more easy. I wanted it to be seamless. I didn't want to have to go in and log in and do these daily purchases on my own. At first, I was just setting up reminders on my phone every single day to make sure I go in and make the purchase. But at some point, I was just like, this is just too much. I mean, I do have a day job and I have some other things that I was doing throughout the day that I would either have to stop or remember to invest every single day. So I just thought, could I make this a much easier process? Because I'm a firm believer of, if you could set up a process and automate it and remove yourself from having to do that task, you're going to be much more successful in what you're looking to do. And most of us have bank accounts where we have online banking and we have the ability to automatically transfer money from our accounts into an external account. So what I did is I set up my account every single time that I got paid to transfer a certain amount of money from my checking account into my brokerage account. So that was step 1. And then the second step was going into each one of these brokerages and setting up an auto reoccurring investment that would allow me to go in and purchase X amount of shares of whatever index fund that I was investing in on every single trading day. And since I've done that, I only go into these accounts whenever I'm giving you guys an update on my investment in SCHD or my investment in VOO or my investment in VGT. And more recently, my investment in Bitcoin, because I'm doing that in Robinhood for Bitcoin as well. So setting this up and investing every single day allows this to be an extremely easy process that I just need to implement one time. And it allows me to dollar cost average. So I know that there's going to be times when I'm going to be purchasing my positions at a little bit higher price. I'm going to be purchasing it when it pulls back some. But more importantly, I'm going to be in the market. I'm a firm believer that being in the market is far superior than trying to time the market. And if anyone tells you that they can time the market, they're just not telling you the truth. And the last point that I make before I go in and show you how I set up these reoccurring purchases inside of each one of these brokerages, I just want to make sure that I state that I'm investing every single day for the purposes of building out this portfolio on this channel. You don't have to invest that way. You can invest daily, you can invest weekly, you can invest monthly, whatever cadence works for you. And that's one thing that I want to make sure that you understand, that there's no one size fits all for investing. You pick a strategy that works for you, that you can stay consistent with, and that's what you go with. No matter what anybody tells you, go with what works for you. All right, so right now I'm going to show you how I set up my reoccurring transfers from my bank account into my Robinhood account. And then I'm going to show you how I set up my reoccurring purchases within Robinhood. So right now we're taking a look at my home screen in Robinhood. And at the very bottom right hand of the screen, you're going to see something that looks like a person down there. You're going to click on that. It's going to take you to this screen right here. And then on this screen right here, you're going to take a look to the very top left corner of the screen up here. You're going to see the 3 lines. You're going to click on that line, and it's going to bring you to this menu right here. And then on this menu right here, you're going to look down. It's going to be the 3rd option from the top, transfers. So you're going to click on transfers, and down below, that's my linked account information. I'm not going to scroll down there because it does have my information there. But on this screen right here is how you're actually going to be able to complete step 1 of the process. And as you can see here, you have several options on this screen: transfer account in, deposit crypto, send a wire, set up direct deposit, create a reoccurring deposit. That's the one that you're going to select. And then once you select, it's going to give you a frequency. You can do it just once. You can do it weekly, twice a month, monthly, quarterly. So you're going to set up your frequency here, and this is going to allow you to complete that first step of the automation process, which is getting the money from your checking account into your brokerage account. All right, so now we're going to take a look at how we set up our reoccurring purchases in Robinhood. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the magnifying glass at the bottom of the screen here. That's going to allow us to browse and search for what we want to invest in. So we're going to click on that. And for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be looking at Vanguard's VOO. So I'm going to click on VOO. That's going to show us Vanguard's pricing right there. It's also going to show us a chart that we can manipulate if we want to take a look at how it's been moving. And then when we want to set up our reoccurring buy, what we're going to do is we're going to hit buy. And at the very top right up there, you're going to see where it says dollars. You're going to click on that. And then it's going to allow you to go to a reoccurring investment. And you're going to be able to do it every market day, every week, every 2 weeks, every month. And again, that's going to be your preference. And when it says every market day, it's going to go in and it's going to purchase the whatever denomination that you select to invest in VOO. And it's going to only invest that amount on market days every single day. Now, right now, I'm investing in Bitcoin in Robinhood, and it doesn't give me the option to purchase Bitcoin every single market day. So what I've decided to do was invest in that weekly. So the way that I have it set up for Bitcoin is it goes in every single Friday and it invests $50 every single week. So that goes back to what I was saying at the beginning of the video, that you don't have to invest every single day. If you want to invest weekly, if you want to invest monthly, every 2 weeks, again, it's going to be whatever works for you. All right, so now let's take a look at Webull and let's see how we set up our reoccurring deposits and investments within Webull. So right now we're taking a look at my investment screen here. And the only thing that I've done here is I've moved it from the assets at the top up here and I put it on transfers. So that's the very first thing that you're going to want to do. And the third option down, it's going to say manage reoccurring deposit. You're going to click on that and then you're going to set it up similar to how you set it up in Robinhood. So these are very substantially similar to each other on how you actually go in and set up the reoccurring deposits. And it's very similar to how you're going to set up the reoccurring investment as well. All right, so now let's take a look. How do we set up the reoccurring purchase of whatever fund that we want to purchase within Webull? So right here, we hit the watch list icon at the bottom left corner of the screen here. And again, just for the purposes of this video, we're going to take a look at VOO. So I'm going to click VOO and it's going to take you to this screen right here. It's going to give you some information about the fund. It's going to allow you to take a look at the chart, news that's going on, analysis, all that good stuff. And at the very bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you're going to see 3 dots. You're going to click on those 3 dots right there. You are going to select reoccurring investment. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to set the minimum amount. And for Webull, it looks like the minimum account is $1. But again, we're starting a $5 a day investment challenge starting in January of 2026. So if that's what you're looking to do, we're going to select our $5 there. And then we're going to go down here and it's going to give us the frequency. It's going to allow us to do it every week, every 2 weeks, every month, or every trading day. I'm not worried about investing on the weekends or on holidays, and I'm not accounting for that whenever I'm giving you guys my update. So if I'm giving you a 461 day update, it is truly 461 actual trading days, not calendar days, but trading days. So you're going to select trading day. And then you're going to hit next, and it's going to allow you to actually set it up to whenever it starts. So if you want to set it up to start the very next trading day, it'll give you that option on the next screen. And once you do that, you're done. You've completed the loop. You have set up the reoccurring deposit that's going to go from your checking account into your brokerage account. And then you have it set up to go in and purchase every single day, every single week, whatever you've selected of the fund that you want to purchase. And you don't have to do anything. You've effectively automated this process and removed the need for you to go in and take an action. Now, of course, you're going to have to watch your bank account, make sure you have enough money in there to transfer whenever your transfer is set up. But if you're able to do that, then you've removed yourself from this process and you're able to actually invest every single month, and you don't even have to do anything. All right, guys, so right now I'll give you a very quick overview of the MooMoo app. I haven't set this up yet and I haven't funded it yet. So there are some options that are not available to me that will become available after I actually fund my account. But I want to just give you an idea of where you go to actually set up the reoccurring purchases and the reoccurring deposits within MooMoo. So right now we're going to go over to the accounts tab here, and it's going to give you some of the most popular things that people are searching for if you're looking to actually do an action within the app. And at the very top here, you're going to see where it says deposit. You're going to go into the deposit and you're going to select which type of deposit that you want to set up. ACH transfer, wire transfer, debit card, instant transfer. I have not linked my bank account to this yet. I will be doing that in the very near future because, again, I'm using this for the $5 a day investment challenge starting in January. I want to give you guys a bunch of different options that you can use for brokerage accounts, which is why I wanted to add this one when I already have Robinhood and Webull. And then once you do that, you'll go right back to this screen here and you're going to click trade. And I am told that once I fund my account, underneath trade here, there will be an option called auto buy. And that's where you're actually going to go in and you're going to set up your reoccurring investments in the same way that you set them up in Robinhood and in Webull. So guys, if you haven't set up a brokerage account that you can start investing in yet, you can take a look at one of these three or any of the others that are out there. But I just wanted to show you the ones that I'm actually using for the purposes of this small portfolio builder challenge that allows me to invest and chill. If you want to check out any of the brokerages that I covered today, I'll be sure to link them down in the description below. All right, guys, the last thing that I want to cover is I just want to show you some of the very quick analysis that I do whenever I'm looking to select a new fund to invest in. So right here on my screen right here is an ETF database, and it has all different types of ETFs in there that you can choose from. You can do by the screener here, you can do ETFs by type, or you can take a look at some of the most popular ones that are out there. And if you take a look at some of the most popular ones that are out there, it'll give you the option blockchain, real estate, semiconductors, dividends. So let's say, for example, you're looking for an ETF, an index fund that pays a dividend. You can go in, click the dividend here. Then once you go inside of here, then you have different options. They give you a list. So if you start scrolling down, you'll see you've got Vanguard Dividend Appreciation ETF, SCHD, VYM. They give you so many different options that you can choose from, and it gives you a quick overview of kind of their performance. So right, it tells you the total assets that they have under management, the year-to-date price change, the average daily volume, the one-day change, right? So it gives you that surface level information. And then if you want to click in and go a little bit further, then you can see the expense ratio, 0.06% for SCHD. And then let's say you want to go in and you want to see, well, what's actually in this ETF? What's in there? You can go in, you can take a look at the holdings. You can take a look at the dividend and evaluation. You can take a look at the expense ratio and any of the fees associated with investing in it. You can take a look at the performance, the technicals. So this database gives you a lot of information that you can use to actually start to research some of the funds that you want to invest in. So let's say you want to look at something else. You want to look at gold. You want to look at travel. You want to look at healthcare. You want to look at aggressive growth funds. You want something that's going to be more high risk, but more high reward, right? So you go into the aggressive growth section here. And you scroll down, it's going to give you different options. It's going to have QQQ, VUG, IWF, right? Some of these you may be familiar with. Some of these you may not be familiar with. But again, you can just drill down and it'll tell you, here's the price, $479, the change. And then you can click on here and it gives you the same options, right? You can take a look at the dividend, valuation, expense ratio, fees, what is actually the holdings that are within this fund. So if I want to click on the holdings here, it's going to give me the top 15 holdings within this fund. It's going to show me the percent of the fund, the percent of the company that's in this fund. So a lot of information. And I'll also link this down in the description below. It's just an ETF database. You can go in and browse all types of ETFs, either by type or ones that are popular like VOO and QQQ and SPY. So those are all in here. And it has a lot of information that can be helpful, that can help you to select an investment that works for you. As I just wanted to give you just a quick overview of how I go in and I set up my reoccurring investments, and which allows me to invest and chill, right? I've been talking about invest and chill a lot lately, and that's truly what I do. I never go into my Webull or my Robinhood account unless I'm actually filming. So I'll go in and we'll be looking at that and reviewing it in real time. I know that my investment is going in there. I know that it's making the purchase every single day. So that just allows me to just set it and forget it. And that's one less thing that I need to worry about. So what do you guys think? Now that we've walked through how to go in and set up the auto deposits, the auto reoccurring purchases, is this going to make life easier for you? Is this the thing that you needed to get you over the hump to actually go in and start investing? Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.